Boom shakalaka, a huge day across the crypto markets today, up almost 4% today. Why Bitcoin may be above $108,000 in 2 weeks, and why we are nowhere close to a top. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, an exciting one for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The whole market almost up 4%. Before we get into that, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, today's episode is brought to you by Seedify Fund. Stay tuned until the end for a brief review of the exciting project. Now, what's going on today? I feel like one of the large drivers for the upward movement of the market today is what's going on with the Coinbase listing. Coinbase's reference share price for trading to commence is $250. That's a valuation of $66.5 billion, assuming an estimated 266.2 million shares outstanding. Now, because of that, a lot of people are starting to talk about Bitcoin, are starting to think about buying Bitcoin, potentially are buying Bitcoin. They're finding easier on-ramps to buy Bitcoin. And because of that, more people are buying Bitcoin, and we see the price going up. As a matter of fact, right now, Bitcoin futures open interest across major exchanges reaches a record high of more than $27 billion as Bitcoin hits new all-time highs in this graph shown by Glassnode. You can see at an all-time high as Bitcoin's price is at an all-time high. Now, in a previous video that we made, I'll post it up here, we were talking about how based on the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator, it could indicate we're getting close to potential peak for Bitcoin, a potential peak. Because as you can see here, when this orange line intersects the green line and actually surpasses it, historically back in 2017, 2013, that signaled a top. But Willy Woo has gone on to say that that's not the only indicator you should look for. And this is something that's very important to keep an eye on. The Pi cycle top is a very good indicator, but it also needs to be paired up with another indicator that's very important. The other indicator you have to take a look at is the Bitcoin Nvt price, which is down here in the purple. Now, as we can see here, the Nvt premium is pretty low. It's right along that dotted line there. However, back in 2017, very high. Back in 2013, very high as well. You can see now the Nvt premium is nowhere near a peak. As a matter of fact, it's looking like we might have a double peak this year. If this kind of loses some momentum, drops down, potentially we might have a double peak this year because of that. Now, what's happening to Bitcoin because of that? Well, the longer we take for Bitcoin to peak, the higher the peak is going to be. Willy Woo is doing something with Peter Brandt coming up, a podcast, where he's saying that the December price target is now above $300,000 per Bitcoin. Now, is this shocking? Maybe. But you also have to consider that a lot of the reason for this massive price movement in Bitcoin is because of the massive printing of the M1 money supply. It went from $4 trillion to $18 trillion in 1 year. We 4x'd the monetary supply in 1 year. Now, because of that, the actual price where we are in Bitcoin right now is really just similar to where it was at $14,000 in July of 2019. So it's really not even at an all-time high. And we're butting up against it right now. If we break through, there are a couple potential spider lines where we might intersect. Now, what's going on with Bitcoin today? Well, Bitcoin is breaking through the yellow spider line that it has been sitting on. And as a matter of fact, if it breaks through right around $68,000, if it breaks through there, it's exceedingly likely that Bitcoin will break through to the next spider line within 15 days. That happened here when Bitcoin went from 33,000 to 53,000. That happened here when Bitcoin went from 19,000 all the way up to 32,000. Both of these times it took 2 weeks for the price to break up. So if Bitcoin can actually break through this little bit of resistance from these two previous tops here, if it breaks through $68,000, guess what? Likely by the beginning of May, we'll see a $108,000 Bitcoin. Now, in the short term, we may not see it go up that quickly because before we get to that $108,000, we have a couple Fibonacci extensions we have to contend with. So as mentioned on the show a couple days ago, we have this inverse head and shoulders. And because of that, it suggests that the price will go up to somewhere around $70,000 to $72,000. Well, right above there, $74,000, we have the first fib extension, the 1.618 fib extension from this bottom here at 43 to this top here at 61. So we would have to break through the 73 and then break through the 92, and then we will be heading up to the 108. Now, one thing that I did want to point out that I did find pretty interesting, because we've been in somewhat of a consolidation pattern for like a month. And if you take a look at previous bull runs compared with this bull run, these you can definitely tell parabolic, parabolic, parabolic. This one right here is starting to look logarithmic, more like a bell curve than a cup. Okay, you can see how it's kind of bending over. Now, we'll have to see what happens over the next few days as Bitcoin price keeps trending upwards. But this is pretty interesting because what could be happening here, we could be having a firm top, but I don't think that's very likely because of all the massive money printing that's going on. I think Bitcoin is just stalling in a new pattern while we have a lot of people coming into the market, and that's going to send the price of Bitcoin absolutely astronomical to at least $300,000 by the end of this year. I mean, it's possible. Remember McAfee's bet to eat his own dick if Bitcoin hit $1 million? Well, it's possible. It's not guaranteed, but possible that we could be seeing that type of thing this year. Why? Again, because of the massive money printing. Went from $4 trillion to $18 trillion in 1 year. We printed in 1 year more money than it took 220 years for the United States to do. So that is what's going on for Bitcoin. Great news for Bitcoin. I expect the price to continue to keep on soaring. Now, like I said, guys, today's episode is sponsored by Seedify Fund. This is really interesting. Like, if you've ever wanted to be an angel investor, if you've ever wanted to invest in projects, be a part of incubator, this is something that you can do now where you can invest, you can stake, you can earn, and you can actually get some of the profits of these projects that they are incubating. Now, as of right now, they are the number 2 gainer on Binance Smart Chain right now over the past 7 days, up 112%. And at the current S-Fund value with the first initial funding pool alone, they'll be able to seed, fund, and incubate 125 blockchain projects. This means, for anybody who's interested in this, free token rewards from 125 projects to stakers without spending an extra penny, without worrying about allocations. This is actually a really cool project. Like I said, it is sponsored, but I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea. So basically what it is, it's a decentralized incubator. So a disruptive blockchain incubator program, decentralized seed stage fund empowered through DAO-based community involvement mechanisms. And what it is, it's a community-oriented approach to incubation. So they cross-bridge DAOs with an incubator seed fund to provide seed investments to projects selected by community votings, while supporting them with a decentralized incubation program to achieve their fullest potential through systematic community involvement mechanisms, supported through reward mechanisms for experts who want to be involved in the community teams, as well as a new way of staking for token holders who want to receive tokens from the projects that have been selected, and supported by decentralized incubation program. So the key features of the Seedify Fund ecosystem: it has DAO-based seed funding. So at Seedify Fund, community decides which projects will be getting seed funding through DAO voting. So basically you apply and then the community votes which projects to fund. Community-powered incubator. So the Seedify Fund incubator takes its power from category-based community teams based on expertise and experience. There's a transparent funding pool. So Cdfi Fund funding pool with all its resources are fully transparent to their community, secured by blockchain, and staking and DAO rewards. They share the success of Cdfi Fund incubated projects through rewarding involvement and staking. That's pretty awesome. So all of the projects that they fund, 3% of those tokens are rewarded to basically people who are staking, people who are investing in the project. Now, basically how it works is the project founders apply to Seedify Fund through the application form. After getting verified, project teams get a custom page on Cdfi.fund DAO dashboard. Their community of token holders cast their DAO votes after checking the project details, And the accepted projects get their seed fund from the funding pool. They also get initiated into the incubator program. During the incubator program, they get support on a variety of categories, and once they complete the program and run their ICO, stakers start to get their reward distributions. So that's pretty cool. You're staking S Fund and you're getting rewarded from the projects that they're investing in. Finally, repeating the cycle for more project fundings and constant improvement through the DAO. So here's how it works, the stake and reward. So you stake your Seedify Fund tokens, the S Fund tokens, and get reward tokens from the projects incubated through the program every month. The tokens from selected projects by the DAO votings. Each project at Seedify Fund is selected through our community. That means your staking rewards are always tokens from projects people love and support. Fully transparent, easy to use staking dashboard. The dashboard is fully transparent, easily stake and see visually how many tokens you'll get from each project as rewards, as well as know the financial value of your rewards. There's a non-inflationary model, which is important in cryptocurrency, so the staking mechanism won't cause inflation in our token. Stake without running against inflation while getting token rewards from the projects you incubate, and increasing rewards cycle. 25% of all the tokens we get from the projects get distributed to you. The rest goes for refunding the pool for more incubations and thus incubating more projects and rewarding more tokens. So like I said, it's one of the top projects right now on Binance Smart Chain. They already, from the initial funding, have enough to incubate 125 blockchain projects. So they're helping to grow the space, but they're also helping you to grow your portfolio. And not only that, but you can yield farm S Fund. They have a whole guide on how to do it. Basically, you just need to fund equal amounts of S Fund and BNB together on PancakeSwap. And they have large rewards for the first almost full year, where they're giving out the first month 1.5 million S Fund, same thing second month, third month, and then from there it decreases a little bit. You can find a full white paper on their website. And like I said, this is actually a really interesting project. I think it's a great idea. I've always wanted to be an angel investor myself. And this is a way where basically being involved in cryptocurrency, staking your own crypto to help provide the liquidity, you can actually become an angel investor and start getting rewarded in these projects that you are helping to incubate. So guys, if you want to check it out, I will post links down in the pinned comment for Seedify Fund. You can check it out at cdfi.fund or click the link down there. And thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll catch you later. Peace.